Hello students, I hope you are well. I'm Nadine and I will be teaching this online lesson for level 4R, lesson number 1. So for this lesson, you are going to need a pencil and then either a notebook or your Confidence and Connections 4R workbook. So let's get started and go to page number 1. Okay, here we are. So track 1 is a listening track. Please pause this video and real quick read the instructions for the pre-activity. Now we'll listen to listening track 1, and the question they're asking you to think about is how many people do you hear talking about the news? To find the listening track, you can go to the Intercambio app, which can be downloaded on Androids and iPhones. Once you open, first the app looks like this. It's a little green eye on a blue background. It's hard to see. And once you open the app, it will look like this. You go to level 4, and then you go to write. So now click track 1 and play track 1.
Welcome to WFRN News. Here are the top stories this evening.
A fire started this morning at a local restaurant. Firefighters put out the fire. However, one of the cooks broke his foot while evacuating the building. He's being treated at General Hospital.
Tonight is the exciting game between Brazil and England in the World Cup final. Sports fans for both teams are already lining up to get into the stadium. Lisa Smith is there now. Lisa?
Thanks, Jim. I'm at the stadium with thousands of excited fans. Some have been here since yesterday morning. It's a sea of painted faces and a lot of singing and yelling. Who will win the final? Well, you'll have to wait and see.
Thanks, Lisa. The World Cup final is starting tonight at 6 p.m.
Our last story of the night is about a young woman who is sailing around the world in a small boat. The 14-year-old will be the first in her age group to make the trip alone. She's doing well and sends her love to her friends and family. Follow her journey online on our website.
There, that was track 1. If you don't have access to the audio tracks, I will always play them during the lesson. Now let's go down to activity A. Please pause this video and read the instructions. Now, please repeat after me. Social media, search engine, website, media, economy, ads, top stories, headlines, live news. Now let's move on to the pronunciation activity. Please pause this video and read the instructions. Now listen to me as I read the sentences. The first one is filled out for us. Number 1, did you hear the news story about the dog? Number 2, the top stories in the news this morning made her laugh. Number 3, you can go to the website to get more information. Number 4, the headlines I saw yesterday surprised me. Number 5, the ads for next Thursday's big sale were printed yesterday. Now we've finished page 1 and we will turn to page 2. Page 2, activity B. Please pause this video and read the instructions for activity B and then complete the activity. Then we will go over the answers. Now we will go over the answers. First, let's read the words in the word box, this box here. Search engine, headline, social media, top story, media, ads, live news. The answer for number 1 has been given to us. There is a lot happening in the world today. Our top story is the World Cup. Number 2, I use a search engine to find information on the internet. Number 3, be careful. Not everything you read on social media is true. Number 4, today's headline in the newspaper was President attends European Union meeting. Number 5, when Lisa reported from the stadium in Brazil, it was live news. Number 6, the media includes radio, newspapers, TV, and the internet. Number 7, when I want to buy something, I check the ads in the local newspaper and on the internet. Now check over your answers. If they are correct, good job. If they are not correct, still good job. You are learning, and that's very important. Now let's move on to lesson C, to activity C. This is a listening activity, so either get the listening track up on your phone or listen to the one I will play now. They are the same listening track. This one is just played from my phone. So first, please read the instructions to the activity, and then pause this video and read over the activity itself so you are ready to answer the questions when the listening track comes. Now I will play the listening track.
Track 1. Welcome to WFRN News. Here are the top stories this evening.
A fire started this morning at a local restaurant. Firefighters put out the fire. However, one of the cooks broke his foot while evacuating the building. He's being treated at General Hospital.
Tonight is the exciting game between Brazil and England in the World Cup final. Sports fans for both teams are already lining up to get into the stadium. Lisa Smith is there now. Lisa?
Thanks, Jim. I'm at the stadium with thousands of excited fans. Some have been here since yesterday morning. It's a sea of painted faces and a lot of singing and yelling. Who will win the final? Well, you'll have to wait and see.
Thanks, Lisa. The World Cup final is starting tonight at 6 p.m.
Our last story of the night is about a young woman who is sailing around the world in a small boat. The 14-year-old will be the first in her age group to make the trip alone. She's doing well and sends her love to her friends and family. Follow her journey online on our website.
Thank you. If you need to listen to the track again, simply rewind this video so you can listen to it again, and then answer the questions. Pause this video and take a moment to answer the questions. Now we will go over the answers. Number 1 is already given to us. How many news stories did you hear? We heard 3 news stories. Number 2, what happened this morning at a restaurant? There was a fire at a restaurant this morning. Number 3, what event is tonight? In the news story, it said the World Cup is tonight. Number 4, how old is the woman sailing in the boat? The woman in the boat is 14. Please look over your answers and see if they were correct. Now let's move on to activity D, language tools. Read the instructions. Now we'll go over the activity. Please repeat what I say. Talking about the past. What did you do last night? I watched the news. Were you texting during the movie? No, I was sleeping. Talking about the present. Why are you reading the headlines? I'm reading them to get the news. Do you watch the news on TV often? Yes, I do. Talking about the future. When are you going to buy tickets? I'm going to buy them tomorrow. Where will you watch the game? I'll watch it at my friend's house. When are you driving to the store? I'm leaving in 5 minutes. Good job. If you would like to, you can rewind this part of the video and go over talking about the past, talking about the present, and talking about the future again. Now let's move on to page 3, Activity E. Please pause this video and read the instructions, then complete the activity, and then we will go over the answers. Now we will go over the answers. Number 1 is given to us. Why are you reading the paper? Number 2, he was texting when I called him. Number 3, Gina and Matt are going to visit them next year. Number 4, do you use social media often? Number 5, she listened to the radio last night. Number 6, they're going to check the movie times on the theater's website. Number 7, why are you watching the news? Number 8, according to the news, the comedy will improve next year. Good job. Now, please move to Activity F. Well, first, look over your answers for Activity E and see which ones were correct. Please correct the ones that were incorrect. Now we will move on to Activity F. So here, there are multiple answers that are correct. Please pause and read the instructions, and then complete the activity. Now we will go over some possible answers. This is one where there are multiple correct answers. Number 1 is given to us. 1, where are you going tonight? I am going to a concert. Number 2, what did you do last weekend? Number 3, she'll study, oops, that's the answer. Number 3, when will she study for the test? Number 4, how often does he watch the news? Number 5, when are Lynn and Mary going shopping? Number 6, do you like to play video games? Good job. Now look over your answers to see if you think they are correct. They can be different than the answers I gave because you can have different ways of asking a question and get the same answer, as you know. Now let's move on to Activity G. Please pause this video and read the instructions, then complete the activity. Then we will go over the answers. Now let's go over the answers. First, let's read the title. The Daily News. Evacuation order issued for hurricane. Tampa Bay, Florida officials reported a strong hurricane off the coast of Florida Friday afternoon. They are telling residents to evacuate immediately to the nearest shelter. Questions? Call the hotline at 813-555-6743. Second story. Police looking for robbery suspect. In Columbus, Ohio, police are looking for suspects who stole around $5,000 in electronics from Bob's Office and Supply yesterday. Anyone with information about this robbery is encouraged to call 741-555-8327. Number 3, dog found. Culver City, CA. Found. Nice dog around High Park. Call 310-555-4591 for more information. You will need to provide proof that it's your dog. You will also need to give its name and tell me what it looks like. Now please compare your answers. And we are ready to move on to page 4. Thanks. Now we're on page 4. Let's do Activity H. Please pause this video and read the instructions and complete the activity. Then we will go over the answers. Now we will go over the answers. The first answer is already given to us. It is E. The answer for the second news story is A. The answer for the third news story is B. The answer for the fourth news story is C. And the answer for the fifth news story is D. Now let's move on to activity I. Please pause this video and read the instructions and go over the activity. Now we will go over the answers. The answer for number 1 is already given to us. Praises means gives positive comments. For number 2, begging means asking. Number 3, pitched in means gave money. Number 4, heartfelt means kind. Number 5, hailed means called. Please pause this video and take time to read the culture tip. Now let's move on to activity J. Look at the, please pause this video and read the instructions, then complete the activity. Now we will go over the answers. What is the number 1 source of news in the world? They have already told us it is TV. Which is a more popular source of news, newspapers or social media? We can see that social media is more popular than newspapers. Which is the least popular source of news? We can see it is radio websites. Are search engines a popular source of news? We can see that yes, search engines are popular. Over 1/3 of people who took this survey used search engines for their news. And then number 5, where do you get your news? I get my news mostly from the radio and from a podcast that is from a radio program, and then sometimes from Google, just searching for news. Where do you get your news? Now let's move on to activity K. Please take time to read the instructions and fill out the activity. This is an activity based on your preference, so there is no right or wrong answer. Now, please read the Connect with Conversation bubble. You can read with me. Get to know a partner. Talk about your favorite and least favorite ways to learn about the news. If you like to know about the news and why or why not. This is a good opportunity to practice English with someone in your household. If there is not someone in your household who speaks English or enough English to talk about these things, you can try teaching them some of the things you learned about today about the news in English. Now we are going to move on to page 6. Hello students, now we are on page 6. This is the homework page. We'll be doing the homework page during this lesson since we are all already at home. So let's start with activity L. Please pause the video, read the instructions, and complete the activity. Then we will go over the activity. Now we'll go over the answers for the activity. Number 1 is already given to us. The headline said a couple found a lost dog yesterday while they were hiking. Number 2, 2 local high school students are selling furniture on social media to help their classmates. Number 3, many people like to watch live news on TV. Number 4, the top story today was that a large storm has brought historic rain to our area. Number 5, they'll read the sports section together. Number 6, police are looking for a suspect in the robbery. Number 7, the woman got sick after she ate food from the restaurant. Number 8, did they check the weather forecast for this weekend? Now please check your answers and we'll move on to activity M. Activity M. Please pause this video, read the instructions, and go over the activity yourself. Then we will go over the activity together. Now we will go over the activity together. Number 1, they already gave it to us. She didn't read the news yesterday. Number 2. We get the newspaper every Sunday. Number 3. They're going to go to the lake next weekend. Number 4. He'll do it tomorrow. Number 5. Do Jenny and Bob listen to the radio? Number 6. Were you talking during the meeting? Check your answers to make sure they are correct. Now we'll move on to the journal prompt. Please read over the journal prompt. Please do this activity. You can either do it now or some other time in the week. And then you are most welcome to send your journals to me and I can look at them if you would like me to, or just to take the extra practice writing. If you have my contact information if you're in the Amigos English class WhatsApp group. And if you don't, you can ask Claudia for it. So that finishes our lesson for today. If you have any questions, please let me or Claudia know. This is the first time I have done an online English lesson, so if there was anything that was confusing or anything that you think it would be helpful to change, please let me know, because I have not done this before, so I don't know what is a good way to do it. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.